I just wanted to take a minute to share with you my books. I get a lot of question about what are my favorite books. And I'm going to tell you some of my favorites and give some suggestions. What's up? I'm Keith Kalfas, and how are you? So, this could be a 20-hour long video, but I'm going to condense it to just a couple minutes. Here's a book I was just thumbing through, The Gods of Eden. I read this book cover to cover. It's definitely like 506 pages. This book, 0.0001% of you will know what this book is about, so feel free to comment. And there's no hidden message in what I was just saying. I just happen to be thumbing through that book, for those of you. The most recent book I just finished today on Audible.com was actually Traffic Secrets. This took many days. Phenomenal book. I've learned a lot. I've read most every book here. I've read about 476 books now with that one. Or is it 477? Most of them being in the form of audio. But I read this book cover to cover. Is the second recent book I've read. In paperback here, physically. But going down the list real quick, I just kind of browse over some of my favorite books. Flip the screen, look at that. So nice. Okay. Notebooks, Frank Kern's Convert book. This is a great little read. You can get it on his website. All the Brendan Burchard stuff. We actually just gutted out and painted this and rebuilt it all, so I got to reorganize these alphabetically and by author, which will be done soon. But just to scroll through. I read this book cover to cover. An earlier version of my life. And this is just an amazing book. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Dr. Stephen R. Covey. Wow. Pulling Your Own Strings by Wayne Dyer. Another amazing book about just standing up for yourself, and amazing. Read that. Think and Grow Rich. Read this cover to cover. Another great book. Excuse me. I have not read these. No, I did not do a devil sign, you idiots. There you go. Oh, this book's amazing. I read this twice on audio. Power versus Force by Dr. David R. Hawkins. Asuri Emoto, The Healing Power of Water is amazing. This is incredible. I can't even begin to explain it because I was going on a rabbit hole of just how much it proves that vibration frequencies and sonic and sound and intentions and unconditional love and every emotion affects every cell in our bodies and our beings, because there's physical manifestation and proof. I read some of that book. Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged, an audiobook, and I've thumbed through it. People say, you gotta read it. Oh my God, you gotta read it. I couldn't get through it, man. Sorry. The Tao Te Ching, I read about half of that. Very good book. Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I read this, about half of it, when I was in a very depressing part of my life, sitting, looking out the window, eating ramen noodles. I read this book by Dr. Wayne Dyer. I didn't read that. Neither that. Deepak Chopra, read that. I read this book cover to cover, You Are the Universe by Deepak Chopra. Whew, it was a long, hard book to get through. And he logically just breaks down how we are omnipresently every living, breathing cell and atom of the entire universe. We are one and of the same, and how that's a complete miracle, and we are a miracle. 48 Laws of Power, I've read this twice. Oh my God, it's a powerful book that will stick with you your whole life. 4 Hour Body by Tim Ferriss. I read it cover to cover. Great read. Read The Secret a few times and watched the movie. Pretty good. I read this book twice when I was first starting my business, and it actually helped me get over some self-limiting beliefs and make money. It was a great book. And here's some old photos of me when I was very young, and I thought I was super cool, and damn it, I was. Oh, I got to open up in concert singing for Tech 9. There's some goofy pictures in there. Vanilla Ice. I don't know, just random pictures that just ended up in there that don't mean anything. 4-Hour Chef. It's pretty cool. There's I didn't read this, but some of it, in the middle of the book, he was talking about how he's not a hunter, but he actually went hunting for deer, and he did it to experience it. And he said while he was flaying the deer with a knife and going through all like the blood and guts, Tim Ferriss said this feeling overcame him where it felt incredibly natural and organic. Like it's something came over him, like it felt like he could relate to thousands of years of humans hunting, and it was already in his DNA, but he didn't know it until he started actually hunted for real, food. Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. I've only read about 25% of this book, but there's a couple chapters in here that, especially one that is life-changing about. I'll just tell you real quick. He talks about a man who was a lawyer who quit being a lawyer to chase his dreams and open up a shop on the beach and surf every day, who now takes other people that happen to be surfing, who some happen to be lawyers, and in the middle of surfing, like these lawyers go, oh my God, if I could live this, they're on vacation, right? Oh my God, if I could live this life that you live, it's amazing. And he goes, you can. No, I got to go back to my job and back to my home back in the States. I can't just surf on the beach every day. But what he talks about is like, if you actually did pull the trigger to live your dream and go for it, the potential of it working is actually pretty good. And the potential of nothing happening if you don't do anything is nothing. And what is the worst that could possibly happen if you chase your dream? If everything does fall apart and it doesn't work, you could always go back to your day job. You could, right? You could just pick up the pieces and just keep doing what you were doing and go try again. Basically, I don't want to leave you on a hanger there, but it logically, mathematically proves that the stupidest thing you could do is not chase your dreams. Cash in a Flash, another overcoming. Mark Victor Hansen, Chicken Soup for the Soul, guys. Amazing book, helped me make money when I really needed it. Nutritional Healing. A bunch of landscaping books, obviously. These have really helped a lot. Here's a book on arboriculture. I've only thumbed through that, but I would definitely have to look through it more. That's actually pretty interesting that I have this book, because I just spent like $80 on a arboriculture book recommended by Daniel Mirabal. Guerrilla Marketing, J. Conrad Levinson. You got to read all these books. The Abundance book, I've thumbed through this, but I haven't read all of these completely except for these two. 3 Weeks to eBay Profits. I've actually read most of this. I used to have an Amazon eBay business that failed miserably back before I started my landscape business, but I was making thousands of dollars a month and my entire basement was filled with products. That was in a previous life. I have had many businesses before starting my landscape business. Just all types of stuff, man. Several businesses, not many. Going back to being a teenager, trying different stuff. Okay, so these music industry stuff, I've read all that. I haven't read any of this. The Bible, I read the Bible from cover to cover. This was actually a gift from my friend Anthony Heyman. The Bible is a good book. If you want to read the Bible, read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Read those 4 books and you'll be pretty good. It'll get you up to speed. Milwaukee, thanks. Marketing ROI Notebook. This is actually, I got some really powerful notes in here. Stuff that's just really good. I look at this from time to time. Spin Selling by Neil Rackham. Basically, it's like you sit down with somebody and you let them just talk your head off and you ask them a whole bunch of questions and you take a bunch of notes and then you spin it around and you say, based off what you're saying, John, you want this, and you want all these things, okay? And they go, yeah, exactly. Like, it's just using psychology to sell. This book is amazing. It'll make you laugh your ass off. By Dan Kennedy. It's just a very no BS wealth attraction for entrepreneurs. Will help you so much. It's just, This is nuts and bolts stuff. I have been in multi-level marketing and network marketing businesses my whole life since I was a kid. These guys are huge. They're from Michigan. Phenomenal books. I can't recommend them enough. Just about leadership and the Team Builders textbook. God, these guys had phenomenal books. I've read .com Secrets cover to cover. Very good book. We've just crossed. I've just crossed 25 million views online, and it's going up every day. This helped me tremendously. You Inc. This company, Kajabi, is where I build my website. And they actually wrote an entire chapter about me inside of this book as a case study. Pretty cool. Life's Golden Ticket. I've read all these books cover to cover by Brendan Burchard. I'm a huge Brendan Burchard fan. This guy's helped me change my life. I've spent thousands of dollars on his courses and products, and he's the real deal. Guys, no joke. The Charge, great book. This is the book you gotta get. Phenomenal. Guerrilla Marketing Strategies. It's just a great book. Coming down here, Financial Peace University. Let me drop down here. By Dave Ramsey. I have mixed feelings about Dave Ramsey because people will call up to the show, and he's a great guy, and he's very smart, and he's a multimillionaire, and he knows what he's talking about, of course, right? And he has great tips. I love him. But I have mixed feelings because I don't like the way he talks to people sometimes. He talks to them like, listen, and this might be an older victimized part of myself thinking this, but sometimes when you become so successful, you become detached what it's really like to be flat ass broke and struggling and suffering. And when Dave Ramsey says, like, who cares about this is maybe an old version of Dave Ramsey, and I might be misjudging him, but I've heard him say things to people like basically he doesn't really care about what they're going through. Doesn't have any empathy or compassion, and he just